No, I said that I left some I left some grass in your camper. Can you please send me the grass and some candy and dog biscuits? That
Exactly.
was really nice of you guys.
Oh, here we go. We are live, folks.
Woohoo!
I don't know what happened to my editing thing. Of normally I just put in there whatever, and well, I'm one watching. I think two watching.
Well, how would we get there and actually see your podcast that's live right now? How do we get there?
We, you, me, we can all go to ppgshane.com. We already got John Wayne in the house. John Wayne must have been waiting. Hey, you know what? We need to work on it's doing a live show premiere thing. You know how you set up for during the day.
Right.
I need to start doing that.
Yeah, and they also have something too to where while you're waiting for your premiere to start, another video that you have will be playing in front of it, so you can actually get more views, which is pretty cool. Hey, Bill H. Walter
in the house.
John Wayne. Hey.
Well,
if you want to give away some stickers tonight, you can do the same thing that we did last night as far as like guessing a number 1 through 100.
Everybody's going to guess the number I pick.
What? That's not how that works. Oh, the number you pick. Gotcha. I know one of the things that we should say is like, all right, there's some numbers that we're not going to use, like number 1 and number 100. 42, we can't use 42 or 69, right? There's just some numbers that you just can't use that are popular.
See the shirt I got?
Let's see.
All right. What is North Carolina famous for?
First in flight.
Will.
You got Calvin in the house. Yeah, Calvin's already picking numbers. And see, that's why I can't pick the number, because Calvin would have already won.
See, I would have picked 42 or 69 because, or 1 and 100.
Well, actually, I would probably pick my football number from high school. But.
Which was?
Yeah, which was?
40. Don't know why, but I've had it forever. All from when I was little all the way up till high school, I had the same number.
You know what my kids was?
What?
69.
I think he picked that number.
Me? No.
He did. He did.
Well, he did. He did.
That was my birth year. That was the number that we were in boot camp, our platoon. So,
hey, Bill H asked to in the chat there, my reed valve pedals are not sealing. Can I flip them over?
They're like $10. Just replace them, and they're really easy to replace. Those 2 screws, pop them off, put the new ones on. I just get new ones.
Is that for the carburetor?
Yeah. It's they kind of look, they're kind of like this that go to the air box and the carburetor, and then you got your valves on each side, and they're just little plastic things. I mean, they're so easy to take off and put back on to replace. So they're sticking, or they're not sealing. Yeah, that just means that they're old and need to be replaced if they're not sealing. And that could really cause some issues too. The faster they go, if they're not sealing like this, you're getting a kind of a bad air and gas mixture. So you may not get all the $68. Are you serious? No, come on.
Oh, got Sean on searching mode.
Yes, I am, because I know I got mine for, they're like $10. maybe
JR
20. But
Paramotors, don't forget to brush your teeth after eating all that candy that you got in the mail today, and or the dog treats.
That's what the dog treats were for, is to get the teeth clean after the candy.
Oh. Well, John Wayne says, don't risk turning them over. They may break off. So
yeah, it's just
we are
not worth
talking.
it.
We are talking about the carb, correct? When it comes to engines, I'm out. I got no knowledge.
Yeah, so the reed sits between the carburetor and the block. And all it does is it's a one-way valve, and it allows the air fuel mixture to come in, and then it closes. After a while, they do wear out, they do stick, they do crack, and you should replace them. Don't flip them over, don't clean them, just yank them out, put new ones in.
Kent Stamey in the house.
Hey, Kent.
What's up? KentStamey.com.
KentStamey.com. Hey, Eric, give me your how we can get a hold of you via social media.
PPP, gotcha. PPGlear.com.
Wow.
Jade, can you do a little better job, young lady?
Paramotorgirl.com or Flying Flamingo Jade.
And is there something we can get where we can find you there, Sean?
ppggrandpa.com, or you can always go to clearproptv.com or SeanSimons.com or SeanSimons.org. I mean, this just goes on and on and on. This shows the reed valves if you are curious to see what they look like. That's
I
it
don't
right
even know
there.
that. I've never even seen that part of my motor.
That's it right there. They're just...
And how often should you change those out?
I suppose that it is on the maintenance. I think I don't know for sure, but when I when I do my 100-hour, I always change them out. If I have some weird throttle control issues, I'll rebuild the carburetor and replace those.
Right.
I swear that they're only like $10, but
Yeah, they're usually not too expensive, but what they're showing you right there is putting in the new ones. He did something that's very important, and that is use Loctite on those screws, because those screws will get sucked into the piston, and not good things happen. And JR, the answer of your question there, do I have snowmobiles? No. I used to have snowmobiles back in 2000, and kind of got out of that. I don't like cold anymore. So I just fly in it now.
I can assure you I did not do this at 100 hours. I've never even seen that part of the motor. I can't even find it.
yeah, you can actually look through the side, like where his palm is, and look through. And if you see sunlight, they need to be replaced. So pretty much anytime that you take the airbox off and pull the carb, you can take that off and take a look. The yeah, like if you look up through there, you should not be able to see light.
Yeah, the pointy end, the Christmas tree end goes into the block. That flat part that he was just showing is actually the carburetor side.
All right, so Eric, we're gonna have to make sure we do this when we get to Moonshiners.
We can take a peek at it.
Oh, cracks me
And the
up.
thing is you can look at it. You can look at a reed plate or a reed block, and they look perfectly good. You could fly one time, and they crack.
Yeah,
There's no warning. There's no nothing. It just happens.
and I can't remember what they say as far as replacing them at, but for sure, if you haven't replaced them at 100, you definitely should replace them, because that right there, you can lose that power, Wait a minute.
Right.
Weren't you saying that you were having some power where it wouldn't throttle all the way up?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay. Somebody was.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of these type of videos because I found out that on my channel I can have memberships. So I think I'm going to do just membership stuff on how-tos, like this stuff right here, and have that for my students because it's going to be a lot of like how to fly a paramotor, and I don't want people to
So
try.
Calvin says they are $22 on Glider Sport page or
That
website for the pedestal,
that sounds better than 60 something that
and he says
I saw in the
$48 for
chat.
the whole assembly.
That sounds better.
And Mark Elroy, welcome, sir. He says if you go as so far as to look at them, you should change them out. I don't look at none of the motor. That way, I don't have to worry about none of it because if you don't look at it, nothing breaks. And Bill H is flying a top 80, by the way, not a Moster. PPG Fix It. We are talking about whatever. Right now, we're talking about reed valves, maintenance.
And
Here,
valve pedals. He knows what
yeah,
we're talking about.
I've looked all over my paramotor. I can't find a gas pedal anywhere.
Gas pedal.
I don't know. This is something they don't teach you during class. They just tell you to go over look at your gear, make sure all the things are tight and everything. They don't actually get into how to fix them or,
my students are going to take apart the entire motor and put it back together before they.
I can take it apart. I just can't put it back together.
Yeah, see, we want the put back together thing. I really want my students to be able to know everything that there is to know about paramotors because, there are a lot of people like you. You say that you don't even want to tear it apart to do any maintenance on it because you've never seen these parts.
Nope, I've never seen that.
And I really think that it'd be very, very important for students or anybody that, is flying something like this should really be able to do something as easy as changing out these things. But like I said, I don't remember if it's 50 or 100.
Well,
definitely
100. I will tell you one thing about me is I'm always honest and I'm always truthful. And when I tell you don't know how to work on motors, I don't know how to work on motors. Like and none of it makes sense to me. I can totally put in a 30,000 watt radio system in your car with my eyes closed, but I cannot work on a motor.
So this is where they put it in the engine. You know what? I think I found that my torque wrench is not correct because I have two torque wrenches and I was torquing down something. I'm like, this feels really tight. So I had a second torque wrench and set it, and it clicked before the other one did. So I think that I have one that's not working right.
John Wayne says it very clearly in the chat. Not everyone should use a wrench. That's me. I use them at work for big bolts, but that's about it.
Well, you cleaned your clutch. You took your clutch assembly out. You cleaned that up, and that thing ran perfectly.
Hold on. I had to Zoom meeting with Eric and had to go step by step. It took my wife holding the camera, pointing at different parts of the motor and walking it through. And when you use a torch, 2x4 hammer, and all that stuff to put on, it just doesn't feel right. It's like, oh my God.
It was fine until you used the torch and I could see the flames licking the fuel tank.
Which was full.
Then I got concerned.
Now, the good thing is that these are really super duper easy, and ppgfixit.com. He's going to have his own website soon where he can help anybody do these like this and step by step, maybe even a Zoom meeting like you and Eric did.
Yeah. I mean, it worked out great. Eric just said, put the camera on the other side. Let me see this. Let me see that. And everything worked out fine. I've never been good. I can do regular maintenance. I can do oil change. I can change the battery. I got, basic skills, brake pads, all that stuff. None of that's no problem. But if that motor starts ticking or making a noise, I got no clue. I'm out.
And that's the day that I went for a walk and I texted Eric saying, please don't blow Krista and Shane up before we ever meet them.
Oh, yeah.
Mark ordered an 18.
I just saw that too.
18-liter tank today. So what is that? That's 3 gallons? What's that work out to be?
That's almost 5.
Yeah. Was that like 4.5 or something?
Yeah.
I don't know offhand.
So he will be flying 2 bad apples next year?
Yeah, right. JR Paramotor says, Shane, working on a motor is like a recipe. Yeah, I kind of wing those too.
He said wing.
Oh, I see what I did there? All right. Did it without even realizing.
He wings it on a paramotor.
Yeah, I will never BS anybody about anything that I don't know. Like, I can't stand people that do that. They would rather lie to you than tell the truth. But for me, when it comes to motors and just, I don't think I'm a good cook, but people seem to like my food and I'm okay with that. So I do enjoy watching them enjoy my food. I guess that's why I do it, to be honest with you.
You cook really good. I mean, very, very happy with all the food that you have ever cooked me. And you cooked me a lot of food. Numerous times you've cooked me some food.
Yeah.
Yeah, and very good food too. John Wayne said every now and then you got to recalibrate your torque wrench. Also, when you put your torque wrench away, you should zero it out, not leave it in its case set to the last setting.
Right, because that will mess up that spring in there.
Yep.
Well, I should probably get into my box and probably look at that because I probably left it like it was when I got done using it.
Well, just like Shane said, it was a Pittsburgh, whatever it was, from Harbor Freight. And, that's not really high quality stuff that you get from Harbor Freight. Good, cheap stuff. I mean, you can buy a lot of tools there, but that was the one I got from Harbor Freight. Remember we were talking about spark plugs? Who was it? Was it was Will Fly that was talking about it, right?
Yes.
I think so.
And so I saw this as I was looking through. What do you guys look at when you look for your spark plug, and how often do you guys change it? You guys in the chat and anybody on the panel, how often do you change your spark plug?
This last spark plug that I just took out at Bad Apples because I was actually having a little bit more difficulty starting my motor than normal. Mm-hmm. It was over 50 hours on the one spark plug.
Wow, really?
Yeah. And it looked good according to everybody I asked. Does this look good? Does this look good? I don't know what I'm looking at. Does this look good? And everybody's like, yeah, it looks great. I'm like, cool. So I changed it out, and then first pull, the motor started right up. I was like, all right, it was the spark plug.
Yeah, so I got 22 hours on mine. I have not changed it yet. And what do I look for? Right now, I look to make sure it's there. We're good. Let's fly.
Yeah, right.
Do you make sure it's torqued down by any chance, or you just is that one of your steps that you check, is to just make sure it is kind of torqued down or not loose?
I make sure the rubber boot's on. And also I Loctite the threaded piece that can come unscrewed and shoot your rubber spark plug cap off. So I Loctite those.
That's a
So
good idea.
I will tell you guys at Bad Apples, when I changed that spark plug, I put the rubber boot on. I went flying. I was telling when I landed, I was telling somebody about it. They walked over and just with their pinky lifted the spark plug boot off of the off of the damn spark plug. I was like, son of a gun. I knew I forgot something. Kobe Cox is in the house. And no, I do not need you to send me any different shirts. These shirts are very special to me, and I have probably 100 of these shirts. So, yeah, no, I'm good. They're comfortable. I will tell you, if you guys have not got a shirt from Mark Elroy, let me tell you the quality of shirts that he has. You can go to paralifeppg.com. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mark. But his shirts, I'm not exaggerating, are the nicest, softest. I find myself rubbing my arm a lot with those shirts because it's so smooth. And I'm like, oh man, I just absolutely love these shirts. Actually, this weekend I was wearing his shirt while we were at the campground. And my wife's like, would you quit rubbing your arm? I'm like, I wish I could. The shirt feels so good. I don't know if anybody else has put a shirt on and like, man, it's a really nice shirt. But he has very good quality shirts. Mark, can you drop your pricing or what have you in the chat there for me? And that's paralifeppg.com. He's got a bunch of stuff.
Those are comfy shirts.
Yeah, he's got cups and stickers and all kind of stuff. Which, by the way, if I bring my paratrailer to Tennessee, I better have somebody's stickers on the side of it before I get there. I don't want to hear no backlash about that. I've been slacking, let's just say. Actually, he gave me a bunch of stickers I still have to put on. I just remembered that. Holy crap. Oh, I got home from the fly-in. I didn't have a wing. I put everything away, and I was like, well, I'm not flying for a while because I'm getting my wing inspected. So I just ignored everything. I just finally mowed my yard. It was knee-deep, and yeah, yesterday I mowed it before the show. Came in from mowing the yard, and I was just like, oh, my God. It's hot out there.
PPG Fix it said get the resistor type. All the new Viterazzi's are coming with the resistor type spark plugs in them.
We got Greg Anthony Harris in the house. Where is he at right now? Did you leave Dave Ruff's house yet? Are you still there at Rough Acres? Man, that guy lives a good life, dude. He just goes from place to place and flies and oh man. Like Allie, like I'm jealous. She just put up her video of her in I believe it was Costa Rica. I'm like, dude, her age, I was working nonstop and had no money. Like how do people do this? I need to know. I need to know how to figure this all out. Oh, he's back in Canada. Oh, Greg, so they opened the borders back up now? Last I heard, you couldn't get in or out of Canada.
Oh, you.
Uh-oh, Dragon Campers. What's up, Dragon Campers? We can hear you.
They said they can hear you. He's streaming with his friends. He's over on dragoncampers.com right now.
Well, hello, Will.
What's up, Paranauts?
Hey, Paranaut. I love it.
What's going on? Just landed.
Oh, rub it in. Rub it in.
If you were
That's nice.
What is it?
North Carolina shirt, first in flight.
Oh, yeah.
First in flight.
Yeah. Poor JP can't defend himself.
I don't know where he was. He wasn't on the show last night either.
Is he all right?
He was on there last night.
Was he?
Yeah.
When he pop on?
When you said, well, JP's not here and we don't have anybody to spin the wheel, Eric even said, JP's in the chat.
Oh, he's in the chat. Oh, he was in the chat. I wasn't watching the chat.
Hey, we got
And then he slithered out.
Yeah, he did. He didn't even say exit stage right. He just left.
Right.
So
Oops.
we have a guy in the chat there, Smoke King. That's X Smoke King barbecue tips and recipe. How's it going? That guy's got some phenomenal videos too. Eric, you just bought that Pit Boss. You can.
Yep.
I know a lot of these guys, they don't really use Pit Bosses or pellet smokers, but it's the same thing, same temperatures. You can run a lot of good recipes off of learn a lot of these recipes off of these guys. That's what I've done. I mean, majority of what I know is from other channels that I've watched, and I've critiqued like everybody else. They change a few things here and there, or don't have this or that, and then they add in something else. But yeah, it's always good to just learn from others and then kind of make it your own after a while.
Yeah, if Smoking has a YouTube channel, if he could drop that in the chat, that would be awesome.
I don't think you can because he's not a moderator.
Oh.
The
The blue guys are moderators with the wrenches.
So Shane, I'm still trying to figure out what a reed valve is.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea where it is even at on the motor.
I've always called them pedals, but yeah, whatever.
Pedals, valves. I mean, I think they're interchangeable. Just
Yeah.
like wing and glider. We know what we're talking about.
Yeah. So what is it actually called? Is it called a glider or a wing?
Well,
What is the What is the? If
Well-
you go to
what are we? We are powered paragliders. And when they're on the mountain, they just jump off their paragliders. So I assume that they're just gliders. So you can call them gliders,
Well,
wings.
I think a glider is a non-powered plane with a wing. I think these are wings. Can we just say they're wings? It sounds better.
yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, I used to call my son's singlet for wrestling a onesie or onesie, and he's like, "It's not a onesie, it's a singlet." I'm like, "Same thing."
A onesie. Wow.
Onesie. It is. It's a one piece whole thing. I'm just like, all right.
How come Mark McElroy's not on here?
He works weird hours. Delta's got him slaving in the basement somewhere, welding things.
Welding is paramotors parts.
Yeah.
I mean, oops, that didn't come out.
Yeah, I just need to know if Mark can weld titanium anytime soon. When I get my glider back, I may forgotten how to fly. So I'm like, Scary Barry Groupie, what's up?
So no time frame? I mean, no idea when you're going to get your glider back?
No, because they had to order new eyelets pull. So I should have done a video on this. I really should have. So at Bad Apples, I was flying along and I noticed that the sheathing on my on my left brake line was split or shredded or whatever you want to call it. I could see the Teflon or no, what is it? What the line's made out of?
I like
Kevlar.
I like Teflon. I like that better than Kevlar.
Kevlar.
We'll just say it's
Kevlar.
Teflon.
It's Kevlar. I could actually see that. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? So I went back and landed, and then Nick helped me change out that section of brake line. And I went and flew 2 more times, came back, and the sheathing had separated again. So after further review, I have, instead of a pulley, I actually have an eyelet. It's a metal eyelet. And I guess over time, the lines rubbed back and forth, and it actually created a groove inside of the eyelet. And as I pulled brake, it was dragging across that, and it was actually cutting into the sheathing, which eventually would have cut into the brake line. And then I would have try to figure out how to land without brakes, which she would pull the D's. And I don't know how. I've never even attempted that. I'm sure some things would have got broke. But so Yankee Paramotor came over and was nice enough after the rainstorm to come over and change out that brake line again. And then Eric spent some time sanding down the eyelet, and then he actually turned the eyelet so that the wear mark was on the bottom. So I had a whole new section of eyelet to start wearing out. So I asked Shannon from Four Winds if I can order a pulley, because I'd rather have two pulleys where the line's not actually rubbing against it. The pulley's actually turning when the line's going in and out. So she said they have a new eyelet that is made out of ceramic.
Ceramic?
Yes. And it's supposed to be way stronger, way better. So I said, order me whatever you can get the quickest, and we'll go from there. So I'm getting my wing inspected. I'm getting the eyelets changed, and I'm getting my brake lines shortened by 2 inches. And if it's still not enough after that, then I'll shorten the brakes up a little bit more. But you don't want to go more than that at first, because you don't want to end up, as your arms are just hanging from the brakes as you're flying, if it's actually pulling too much brake, you can get yourself in a little bit of trouble. So she suggested 2 inches. So we're going to go 2 inches, and we'll see what happens when I get it. Because my flare authority coming in for landing have been probably the last 4 or 5 months have been a little bit faster than I remember. And I think it's really because my brakes their brake lines have stretched out because of the dumb stuff I've been attempting.
So now, do you grab your handles on your brake lines, or do you grab above your handles on your brake lines?
I just grabbed the brake, the handles. At Bad Apples, I was actually considering grabbing just above it and just pulling that to see if I got any change in it. But I didn't want to mess up in front of everybody, and well, I didn't. But that would give me a good example of what the 2-inch shortening of my lines would have done. I didn't think about that. Should have done that before then, but too late now. It's already in the works.
One thing that I've also tried besides grabbing above is, because in the trike, when you raise I shortened mine 2 inches on my brakes. And then now on my trike though, my arms are very high because I have to reach up a little higher to grab my brakes. And when I'm coming into land, I will actually put my throttle in my lap and grab a wrap on mine, and then pull down when I'm doing a foot launch. And you can definitely feel it slow down a little bit, but
Right.
I don't feel safe not having the throttle in my hand. I mean, I kill my motor, but I don't want to step on it. I don't want to, but.
So JR Paramotors just asked, do I use my trims? I have always left my trims in all the way, set at the highest point, so that's, there's no trims at all. And I take off that way, and I've landed that way. At Bad Apples, I started going to the first mark on my wing, or on the riser, and my launches looked a lot better, and my landings were much smoother. Actually, in my video, you can see my first landing. When I land, the whole wing and everything, the camera like kind of gets jarred. And then I left the riser to the first mark. And on that next landing, the camera never even budged. It literally sat right there when I hit the ground. Boop. I was just like, oh, that was a smooth landing. I had just enough, I guess, brake authority difference. I don't know if that would really change anything, but it sure did look good on camera, just so you know. But when
So when you
Eric,
say,
go ahead.
when you say that you, okay, so what is your definitions of trims in? Does that mean you have them pulled all the way down, cinch tight?
Yes.
Okay,
That's what I
Yes.
do too.
okay.
I've been taking off and landing that way since the beginning. And now I've changed them to where they're at the first. I have 2 green lines and then a white line that's further down. I just go to the first green line, which lets out of probably 2.5, maybe 3 inches. Which I have like 7 inches of risers. Those things are super long. And when you let them all the way out, yeah, you feel the difference. But it's just helped me do wing overs a little bit more deeper, I guess, and the spiral downs. It's given me a little bit more pop in the turns. So I've been leaving them there, and I landed that way and took off a couple times before I even realized I forgot to put those in. So I just left them like that because everything worked out good.
And you didn't find yourself running faster when you take off?
No, I've taken no more at Bad Apples, even on the early morning flights. I've taken no more than 15, 20 steps, and I'm already ready to run or ready to fly from running.
Yeah, because when we went to dinner, Nick said that I should have my trims halfway out. That way, when we are coming in faster, when our brakes are up, we're coming in faster, and you slowly start pulling that brake down, that gives you more flare authority to slow
Right.
yourself down. So I did try that, but I was doing like Mach 12 running across the field.
Yeah. You gotta.
So, but it's all because I'm not used to pulling that much brake.
Right. Only one time did I land with my trimmers all the way out because I forgot. And then I reset up and took off. And as I'm running, I'm like, why am I running forever? And why am I running this fast? Fat guys don't run this fast. And then when I got flying, I look over and I'm like, oh, that's why your trimmers are all the way out. Thank God it was a little bit of a windy day when I took off because I was running going, why am I not getting off the ground? I knew that there was something not right. And I probably should have aborted knowing that it wasn't what my normal feel, but yet just powered on through and everything worked out. But I should have known better.
And Paramotor NC, Ben is absolutely correct. Read your manual and it'll tell you what they recommend for your trims.
NC Paramotor, can you read my manual and let me know what it's supposed to be? No, just kidding. No, I've always landed with the trims all the way in, except for this last couple fly-ins that I had. Whoever took care of that, thank you very much. Moderators.
Sorry.
No, that's perfect. I went to do it and I was like, I'm already a moderator already taking care of this. Get back to doing your thing.
Sorry, I beat y'all to it.
Love your little background there.
What was that?
So, Will, are
Yeah.
you staying with Jade and Eric? Or are you staying with me and Moonshiners?
Well, it just depends on who has air conditioning.
Oh well.
Shane.
I mean, come
Who
on.
has snow?
Yeah, right.
I have JR. I have the Link 2, the Nuvik Link 2. It's a 27-meter wing. Well, we were discussing this before the show started, and while now the show is here, we'll go ahead and so my smart car Brian is actually bringing his wife and his daughter, and I said something to him about, hey, help me pay for fuel, and I'll bring the camper up there. But now we're talking. That's going to add like an hour and a half more to the trip time I stop total free tanks of fuel, and then
Right.
3 tanks back. And he's like, well, it's cheaper than me staying at a hotel. I don't have a problem, paying for half the trip or whatever. And I was like, all right, cool. But man, do I really want to drive 11 and a half hours with 8,500 pounds dragging behind me? That just seems like a lot of trouble.
There's a lot of wear and tear on your truck too.
And that I'm not so much worried about. It actually can pull a hell of a lot more than I'm pulling now. But I don't know how I feel about that. Fly, baby, fly, PPG, Garcia. I don't know. I got a spare tire for the trailer. I got a spare tire for the truck. I'm not really worried about that part as much as I am just the whole flipping. So when you're pulling that trailer, every time a car goes by, a big rig, it's pushing and pulling on your trailer, and you have to counteract all that all the time. And it's a lot of doggone work. I don't know if I want to do that. And if that's the case, we're actually going to have to leave. When's the flying over with Sunday?
Isn't it 4th through the 8th? Something like that.
Yeah, what is August 8th? Is that a Sunday?
Yeah.
So technically after Saturday night, after that flying, I would have to pretty much, well, actually, I don't know. I won't have to leave then. I won't be able to fly Sunday morning. I'll just have to get up, pack up and head out.
Because you have to be back at work on Monday?
Yeah. So if I left at like 6 o'clock in the morning, that means I'm not getting back home until 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. So yeah, it's gonna, it's kind of a pain in the ass. But if I just brought the paratrailer, then I can do the speed limit, and I only have to stop for fuel one time.
Right. Well, you know what? I don't have a solution to that. I mean, that's a lot of extra work on your part, really.
Well, I know. And then and Will, I know you don't cook, so this conversation does not pertain to you, sir. You just stand there and look hungry, and then we feed you. But we were talking about, because there was some concern about how much cooking that I was doing. So I thought maybe that we do, whoever wanted to cook on whatever nights they cook, and then like myself could rest or whatever and not have to worry about sitting over the smoker or what have you. But I'm it doesn't matter to me. Yes, Mark, Cupcake Krista will be there. She's gotten off work, and I believe we're leaving Monday. I think we're leaving Monday after work, and then we're going to stop, sleep, and then continue on. But yes,
Jay just heard that, and she's over there doing the happy dance.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have kept that a secret and just had Krista just come out of the trailer like, "What's up, bitches?" But yes, she will be there. She will not be at Dave Purden's, which is so far it's been my favorite fly-in. Will, have you been to Dave Purden's?
I haven't been to either of those, Moonshiners or Dave Purden.
Yeah, I haven't been to Moonshiners either. I'm super excited about the mountains and just, I can't wait.
A lot of mountains, man.
Dude, I love them. Well, okay, I'm from Florida. Okay, the only mountain we have is the landfill, and it's about 45 feet tall. So we call that a mountain.
It's pretty hilly.
Yeah, so is Claremont. Claremont County over here in Florida on the West Coast is pretty hilly. My wife was actually reading a book. We were heading over there to go camping one time, and she looked up and she goes, "Are we even in Florida anymore?" Because we were up and down the hills, and she was like, as she's reading the book, she's realizing that we're going up and then we're going down. And she's like, "What in the world is that?" Oh, was that you, Will? Good job, Will.
I'm not even going to ask what that was.
It was the sound of a paramotor motor.
what is Walt? Yes, Walter, I do have a hitch stabilizer bars. We call them sway bars here in America.
So you know the camera mount that, well, you know what it is, Shane, the camera mount that goes on top of in the wing.
Yeah, the magnet. Yeah, I'm listening.
I put that on today, and I did remember to put it on, and I angled it, forward, right? Except the forward was not really forward; it was back. So I did get some footage, but it's from behind, not pointing forward. So,
Oh, really?
anyway, yeah. So that's what I was trying to, show you a little 10-second clip of what, the angle.
Well, let's see it.
Cool. That's what that noise was. So I'm in the process of, putting it together here.
Why don't you do a screen share and show us a little picture of what you got?
That's what he's working on.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Oh,
Hey, Will.
that's a really good idea, Will.
Hey, Will. Why don't you screenshot it and show us a little something?
There's that noise again. I don't know.
Well, we'll have our fifth wheel down at Moonshiners. So if we need to have pudding wrestling to see who gets the back bunks, we can set this up.
I like pudding wrestling.
Yeah, but it's two dudes. No one wants to see that, just so you know.
Look at Jade. Jade's shaking her head, yeah.
I'm going to go on mute so you don't make that terrible sound again.
That'll work. We don't need to hear it. We know what a paramotor motor sounds like. Walter, I don't know what the I bought the upgrade when I got the camper. The camper does stay behind the truck, but the problem is when you have an 18-wheeler coming by, it just likes to push and pull. It just does it. It did it with my 250, it did it with my other 150, it did it with this 150. It's just a big wind sail. It doesn't sway. It just
it sucks you in until you get in front, and then it pushes you out.
Yep. JR Paramotor says his daughter and him have the back of the fifth wheel problem solved. You're gonna have to. You guys are gonna have to use the side door or the front door. You ain't gonna have no room with all the air mattresses and the new chickens being born.
Oh God, no, we're not doing that.
Why not? That was so much fun for you.
Yeah.
24 hours of chirping.
Oh. It was.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know how long it takes us to get to Moonshiners.
Jade, while you're sitting there doing that, home to Mountain City, Tennessee. How far you got?
Oh, I'm having difficulties with my computer internet, so this is the third time I've shut my computer down.
Oh, look.
Who told me that it was like 12 hours to get to Moonshiners from here?
I think one of your students. Hey, Chris, my trailer is 33 foot. Well, the box from tongue to bumper is 33 foot. The box, the living space is 29 feet.
Can't see that. It's 14 and a half hours. So in other words, that'll be a 20-hour trip because of all the fuel stops.
No, you had a 24-hour drive last time to Georgia, and you got there.
And it was 18. It was saying on the map.
Yeah. I can't pass a station. I have to stop at every gas station.
Because he's the one that has to pee.
Hey, Eric, do you mind me asking? You can say no, I won't be offended. What kind of price tag for price did you round or end up getting or paying
for
the round trip for fuel?
I don't know. We didn't calculate how many stops we made.
I was just kind of curious.
Yeah,
And Eric, you can add an extra fuel tank in the back of that thing and just keep on riding. You know that, right?
yeah. I know.
Do they make external fuel tanks for regular gas?
Well, yeah. Remember Ford's old? You would have to flip a switch, and it goes
but
to your back tank.
That was your back tank. Like in the bed of the trucks, for diesel, they always have the external fuel tanks, and
Right.
you can just flip a switch and it'll transfer from that tank in the back to your fuel tank, and then you hit the switch and it stops the fuel. But they don't make that for unleaded. I've never been able to find it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we filled up maybe 3-4 times, and each time I filled up was probably around almost $100.
Oh,
I
wow.
would say $600 to $700 in fuel.
Oh, that wasn't bad. Because I left here, I didn't have a full tank. I think I drove about 160 miles, 170 miles on my first tank, then filled up. And then I had to get fuel again, which was another 70, 80 bucks. And then I filled up because of the apparent gas shortage that I had no troubles with. But I filled up I drove that tank, filled up halfway home. And then when I got home, it said 0 miles to empty. And I pulled into my yard. I was like, work that out just fine. And then you remember that 5 gallons of fuel I had in the bed of my truck? I dumped it dumped it to the back of my truck so I get to work the next day.
I wondered you pulling into your yard like that. I wondered what you did. Okay.
No, I still had gas, and I probably could have drove to the store, but I was like, well, I got 5 gallons of fuel in the back of my truck. I don't care. If I run out, then I'll just fill it up and continue on down the road. But it said 0 miles to empty, and
Ken Stamey, you're a lucky man.
I know. You see that? Only an hour and 45 minutes to Moonshiners for him.
Oh, you lucky duck.
Hold on, I'll be right back. There's someone at my door. Wink, wink.
Right.
Keep talking.
Yeah, it's gonna be another long drive for us. That's all right. Well worth it.
Definitely going to be a long drive, but it's, I don't mind 12 hours if it's not, 3 hours of it bumper to bumper like it was his last time. So, yeah, I guess it's all right.
The boring part for us is actually when we go south through Illinois. Illinois is very flat, so it's kind of boring. But
we're uploading Tuesday Night Hangout episode 16 to PPG Grandpa's Paramotor Podcast, the audio version on iTunes and the podcasting app, just to get his stuff out there. Hopefully your next Tuesday will be really, really super duper watched. I mean, 20 people right now. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I seem to average about 20 every Tuesday, which I'm, again, super thankful and proud and happy. And my wife's like, how'd the show go? And the first thing I always say is, it's like 20 people watching. I'm impressed. And she's like, well, keep going. I'm like, all right. Which in other words is leave me alone until 10 o'clock and then I can bother her.
Well, you remember, you still need to fix your things down below. It still says enjoy adventure instead of adventure.
Mm-hmm. I blame my wife. She does all the typing.
Wife, fix it, please.
Should I bang on the door?
and tell her to fix your adventure?
Yeah.
Hey, fix my adventure.
Yeah, right. Let me see.
how long does it take for the North Carolina boys to get down? Oh, well, Ben just answered that. 2.5 for him.
Oh, Ben jumps in there.
4 hours for me.
2.5 for Ben. Good Lord. Ben, you doing a hotel again? Ben ain't even playing. He's like, I'm not camping. I'm not tenting. I'm not even Motel 8ing it. Where's the Marriott? Jim, welcome. Hey, Sean, we got Jim in the chat there. You want to talk about the calendar real quick?
Oh, Jim from
Canada?
Canada, eh?
Hey?
I was actually on your your episode 16. I was copying some stuff to put on your audio that we just put on. Let's see. What do you say? I'm new. Oh, Jim, I'm actually over here on GoDaddy changing your thing out like you asked. He wanted his careppg.com to go to his YouTube channel. So
Hey,
I'm
Krista.
actually working on that real quick. Krista, fix his adventure.
Yeah, look at this. It's not spelled correctly. This here.
Krista, come on camera.
Or at
Oh,
least at least crawl behind them so we know it's you.
yeah, right. She oh, here we go. She I couldn't believe how much she was on video during the during Bad Apples. I was like, how are you
Oh, I've got her interviewing. I texted her last night after we got off and went to bed, and I finally decided to look at my 2 women that I interviewed. And
right?
she was my camera lady. And the whole interview with Michelle that was next to you was gone. But we've got the interview with Krista. So she's going to be eventually on there when this ever comes.
Isn't that supposed to be for paramotor pilots, not just paramotor wives? I'm just
Paramotor
saying.
pilots and Krista.
She was asking very good questions.
Well, awesome blossom. How's it look now on the adventure?
Oh, let me refresh it real quick so I can see.
Boy,
Refresh. 22 people are watching, and you actually enjoys adventure. Wow. 16 thumbs up, 22 people watching. There's something wrong there. It just doesn't add up.
Yeah, there's something wrong. He's supposed to be wearing a wig when it's over 20.
25.
20 or
know,
more.
right?
Jack, come here. Jack, come here. Hey, does anybody else keep their fuel in the house?
No. What?
I
Hey.
used to.
Hey, show them how ferocious you are with your gigantic toy.
What?
Yeah, show them how ferocious you are. Give it to me. Give it to me. Drop it. Good boy. Sit.
So
Shake. Oh, no.
go to careppg.com and it goes to Jim's YouTube. He's been posting up some videos. He has 9 subscribers right now. We need to have at least 10. Come on, guys.
careppg.com.
careppg.com. And if you miss a P, it's carepg, and that actually goes to his another thing that he does. carepp.com. So you can go to carepp.com or careppg.com. He has a lot of stuff going on.
He's like Sean.
No, he's worse.
No, I don't think there's anybody worse than Sean. We actually have to have a AA meeting for Sean for .coms.
Another.
I'm
I
a
like
.com addict. My name is Sean.
my name is SeanSimons.com. I'm a .com addict.com, and I like .coms.com.
Oh man. All right, so Moonshiners is next. I'm super excited about it. I'm looking I'm going to try my best to get a second GoPro before then. But I'm already like confused and it's not my normal chest harness phone attachment. You know what I mean? Like that I can just hit record and then move on. With the one on the wing, you got to go over and turn it on before you hook in. And it's kind of a lot of trouble. It's great video. I could not get enough of at the flying. I get done flying. I come in. The first thing I did is take that SD card out and start looking at it through my wife's laptop. And I couldn't wait to get home. So, Will, did you drop your video today that you're supposed to?
No, because the flying keeps getting in the way.
Well, that's not a problem.
Well,
That's an addiction.
Yeah, it really is. It's a sickness. Not as bad as .coms, but you know.
I have
So that
noticed.
means
Go ahead, Jake. Go.
no. So that means I can show my video.
Yeah, you can. Yes. Let's do it. You screen
Well.
share, optimize video, sound.
I can't. My computer's spinning.
Oh, well, geez, that just sets us up for this not happening. What's
Well,
wrong with your computer?
The mini video is ready. The wing video anytime. But I mean, I want to see Jade's video more than anything. So.
You didn't want me to share it last night because you said
Oh,
that was
no,
part
not
of.
that video. Wait, are you talking about the little clip of you and me?
Look at Will.
me
Will
recording?
is leaning over the computer to yell at Jade.
Been all up in there. No, I didn't do that. I did this.
The
Well, if
video
you-
of us in the boat.
Yeah, the one I recorded.
Well, I don't have that one. I've got the one that Krista recorded where I wanted to kill you.
Well, I suggest you wait, but that's okay.
Jim CR120, welcome. Hello, sir. Thank you for joining us in our goofiness here.
Hey, if
But-
anybody can help me, I'm at 81 or 82 subscribers. I need to hit 100. So if anybody can help me out, please go to my channel.
How do we go to your channel?
Yeah, how do we find you?
Paramotorgirl.com or Flying Flamingo Jade. And I
So-
have one on Bad Apples that was viewed last night. And I have a couple shorts, one short on Bad Apples on Touching Eric's Tip.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well, wait a minute.
That one you
Please
have
do
to
not
find on a
say
different
short.
Did you actually
Yeah.
do a tip touch?
on the ground.
On the ground.
Oh. Because Eric, you posted one and it looked like you all, I mean, you were really close there. Or maybe
Eric
it was just
posted a video.
illusion. I thought it was Eric.
I
Maybe-
see that you're Flying Flamingo Jade, but your YouTube username is JJ Blueberry 911.
Oh,
What's
well,
that all
that's
about?
well, that was my original.
Oh, okay.
That's her stage name.
Hey, Chris just subscribed to you.
Thank
he
you.
said he's subscribed. I'm
Oh,
subscribed.
yes, I knew that. Yep.
Wow, you just jumped up to 85 subscribers.
Woohoo! Thanks, guys.
And Jim,
Hey, I'll be right back. I'm going to put her back to 84.
And when people are subscribing, they're hitting that bell notification, right?
I believe
that's
so.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Hey, Will, did I ever ask you how you got so many subscribers? What did you do before Paramotor?
Nothing.
Thanks, Mark H.
I was kind of curious. I noticed not a while back, you had quite a bit of subscribers. I was just kind of curious.
The only time I did anything with YouTube was paramotor related. Because someone told me you had to have a YouTube channel to be a paramotor pilot. So
That's probably that's
true.
more than going to training. Yeah, you got to have a YouTube channel.
Well,
Kind
that's
of
what kind of training I got.
Well, yeah, when you buy all your gear, you get a wing, a motor, and a GoPro.
And a wig.
A YouTube account.
Yeah. Oh my God, I should fly with my wig. Oh,
Okay, well, this little clip is ready, but the color is all off. So if you want to see it, you can see it. But my computer, I'm gonna have to restart it or something.
Well, you're up to 90 subscribers.
Hey, Jay, did you see Ben Paramotor NC's comment?
Yeah. Somewhere in the title of each of the videos, I thought I had like PPG in there. Isn't that good enough?
Clearly,
Yeah, the title and a short description will help in people finding it. And the title
Yeah.
and it needs to be exactly the same in the description. It's
Let me
what I-
look.
and
You-
hashtags.
Wait, say
you
that
don't
again,
have
Will?
you don't have any tags, and you need some tags.
I should have tags.
You do not have tags.
What
You
the
can
heck?
just look at you can look at one of my descriptions or Ben. I'm sure he uses hashtags.
So in
like for example, if you sign up for Social Blade or get the Social Blade thing, you can actually see the tags down there. You can see your subs and all sorts of really cool things. But so notice right here it says we cannot see any tags. You got to have tags there, and you need to have hashtags in your title. That would really help you a lot.
in the
So
title too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
title, description, and tags.
What was the name of that, Sean?
Social Blade. So you can go to socialblade.com and actually see everything that is all about you on YouTube. I'm surprised you don't know about Social Blade.
I don't.
Oh,
I don't have any subscribers because I suck. I have no videos.
You do too have subscribers because I'm one of them.
yeah.
The only one.
Like I said,
So one of the things that you can do is you can actually search for your channel on Social Blade. And then when you scroll down, you can actually see where you're rated on Social Blade and subscribers and your how many subscribers you got and how many subscribers you go up and how many subscribers you go down and what it's just really a lot of information.
Gosh, that's really cool.
It really is. It's interesting stuff.
See, that's all right. So I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but I started this just for distraction and to have fun. So
yeah, me too.
me personally, I don't care if I ever get a dime from YouTube or whatever. None of that matters to me. I just want to hang out with good people and one of them's here tonight, but Jade looks up at the camera like, I better be that one. Yeah, dude, this is for me. I would never, if becomes a job, then I'm out. I already got a job. I don't want another one,
Well, it's not a job. It's just something that you can look to see. It's interesting, and if you have the information on your browser, and you also have there's also something called TubeBuddy that's free, and it actually helps you to see what kind of tags people have. So, for example, who's that really famous pilot that everybody talks about? Something God
Pete Lear.
or something God or
Shane.com.
that must be it. So if you actually search for Tucker Gott videos and you go to his channel and you have the Social Blade stats on, when you watch a video, you can actually see their tags and all sorts of cool information. So let me go ahead and show you real quick. I'll just go to Tucker's last video.
Hey, while you're doing that, let me ask Chris. You said you just ordered a 30-meter roadster. What is your all-up weight? Out of curiosity. All right, go ahead, Sean.
All right. So when I do this over here in this side, in the right-hand side, you can see. Can you guys see it? All right.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can actually see down here what his tags are. His tags are paramotor, Tucker got, paramotor crash, paramotor accident, McDonald's, flying in McDonald's on my paramotor. So you can actually see what he actually puts on this particular video's tags. And then
But
when
he
you,
doesn't have any hashtags in his title, flying to a pizzeria on my paramotor.
well, when you have that many subscribers, maybe you don't have to worry about it. But another thing that you could do too is you can do
That I
timestamps.
like.
The timestamps are really good. You know,
How
you
do
can
you
put
do that?
So you go to, you try to figure out, when you look through and go, okay, it looks like at 1 minute and, 53 seconds,
Yep.
I'm doing new merch review, right? So all you do is you just type it in, timestamp zero
Oh, so you
colon
just
zero
type that in.
zero. Yeah, you just do it yourself after the fact. And that seems to really help a lot of people to get to see your videos. So look, 61,000 views today on Tucker Got's channel.
How many?
61,069 views.
Just for the record, Jim now has 11 subscribers, and I was number 11.
What? That's awesome.
I was 10. We knew better than that. Whose sexy leg is that, Shane? Is that your wife?
I don't know what you're talking about. So Chris, you're 190 plus 90 pounds. So you're 280. And that wing seems a little like it's a little bit too. I'm 215 plus the Moster 185. So I'm 3-something total, and I'm on a 27-meter wing, which is I'm in the middle of that weight class or the weight range of that wing.
Yeah, and I'm same weight. I'm same weight, and I am on a 24 or a 28.
That's a big difference there, Eric. 24, 28.
I know. What, Jade? Oh, she said 26 or 28. Hell, I don't know what I fly.
I'm not like saying you're right or wrong, Chris. I'm just, me, it seems like it's a little bit of a bigger wing.
What?
But what do I know?
Why keep on looking at me?
What?
Why keep on looking at me? You sharded? I'm going to have to go and spray the room down real quick.
And spray him down, apparently.
Apparently, Dragon Campers is Dragon Butt.
.com. Get on it, Sean. Go, Sean. Go.
.com. See, it's an addiction. I don't know.
Mark H says one more for Jim. Man.
Jim got another one. All right.
Yeah, pretty soon it's going to be Tucker Who. It's going to be all about Jim.
Yeah. What about these calendars we need to talk about?
Yes, I need to do a pre-order for the calendars and get the e-store working. So once we have everything printed, we can start sending out these calendars, which would be really awesome. Paramotor calendar.
So how can we make number 13, because that's my lucky number.
It's
What?
my lucky number.
I was born on the 13th.
I know. You and my wife have the same birthday.
August 13th?
Yeah.
No wonder I like her more than you. Oh, I haven't.
Of course. Everyone likes her more than they like me. I like her more than I like me.
Hey, guess what? I got the same problem, Sean. Everybody's like, Shane who? We know Krista, though.
Yeah.
If I could have lost a pound every time I heard we like Shane's wife better than Shane, I would be down to like 110 right now.
That was just from bad apples.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Exactly.
we like Shane. He's cooking.
So Calvin Pewitt has 30 subs, and I'm one of them. So maybe we can help him out too while we're at it.
I'm going to help him now as soon as I can get into my computer that I've been fighting with.
And you
And-
sound like you're disappointed and aggravated. You gotta go subscribe to somebody's channel. Don't forget to hit the bell.
No,
Jeez, yeah.
it's this computer.
I'm having computer problems too, Jay. It's not just you.
Hey Jade, I can help you with getting more subscribers. I send you a couple of Krista shirts. You put those on, and then you'll be fine. You'll get a bunch of subscribers.
Hey, you got 18 watching, 18 thumbs up.
No.
Nick is June 13th. Mine is June 10th. My dad's June 10th. My dogs are June 10th, which is really cool.
He said dogs.
Yep. My dog's birthdays are June 10th also.
I don't even know when Jack's 3 years old. I don't know when his birthday is. You ask Krista, she can tell you everybody's birthday. All you gotta do one time, tell her your birthday, and she remembers it like a freaking elephant, dude. She never forgets a birthday ever.
Can
An elephant? That's not nice.
can everybody that's in the chat, can they put their YouTube channel in
No, they have
there?
to be- I think they have to be a moderator.
Have to be a moderator to put a link in? Okay.
Mark, one of these days I'm gonna have to get brave enough and fly your 24-meter wing. Be freaking coming in like a freaking wrecking ball, dude. Coming in for a landing like a meteor. Just flames flying behind me, fast as all get out.
I flew a 23 meter over at the SIV. That was crazy.
Yeah. When you're coming in at 60 miles an hour, how much brake authority you got there? A whole bunch.
You know what? I always take a wrap. I always take a wrap, and I always have more than enough flare authority. I never have any issues.
Jade, Mark H has got some computer hints for you there in the chat.
What's that? A sledgehammer?
Gonna be
No.
sledgehammer. Careful.
Paramotor MC has a new video out.
I'm gonna go get something to drink. I'll be right back.
Were you all leaving?
No.
Well, you said the
Gotta go get something.
Paramotor NC
Give me
has a
something to
new
drink. I'll be
video.
right back.
Oh, man.
Yeah, where's this rear view video of the back of your wing flying?
Well, like I said, the color's all off, but at least it'll show the perspective. But I'm having computer problems, man, so I'm not confident that it's going to work.
Are you and Jade on the same computer?
We must be.
No kidding.
Yeah, we must be. You want me to try it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
What's up, DP? I will see you Saturday, probably midday, or a little bit before that. Actually, so will Krista.
Program. Maybe that'll help. Okay. I'm gonna do it without the audio, if you don't mind.
If you could turn off that food processor in the back, that'd be great.
All right, screen share that, optimize. Okay, you ready? Can you see that?
Yes. What's wrong with the color? Just
Oh, the
kidding.
color's horrible.
What is that?
That's
I don't know, but Will stole your wing, Jade. He has the pink wing now.
yeah, it looks pink, doesn't it?
Oh, shots fired.
Yeah, so this is attached to the top part of the wing, but instead of looking forward, it's pointing backwards. So
That's actually pretty cool, though.
it's just a different perspective, but I was going for the forward. I wanted to point it forward.
Number 35 for Shane on Calvin's channel.
Really what I wanted to see is how stable it was. I think if that was, this is just the GoPro Hero, so it didn't have that stabilization, but I believe if the 8 was on there, it would be rock solid.
So let me ask you something real quick. On my video, how did you guys like when the camera went into the wing and then the next morning or next flight, like I edited the video where it just flew back out? Like it was the next
that was good. I liked how you
Not
did that.
intentional?
No, it was totally intentional. I wasn't sure how people were gonna take that, because a lot of people will put the date of their flights, you know, afternoon or whatever. And just, I just laid the wing down, and next time it came up, I was on the next flight.
Right on. Well, I mean, it was creative. I like it.
That flying over that Corey was something else. But outside of the LZ being phenomenal, I mean, what else do you get to see there other than the Corey? You know what I mean? And I'm not putting Bad Apples down by no means, but I live in Florida. It's flat here. It's flat there.
That's why I can't wait.
Well, I found a wheat field.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Hey, let's talk about that real quick, because that was the funniest thing. I look over and I didn't realize it was Eric at the time. And this guy's like 100 and something feet off the ground. He's out of the seat. And I'm like, why is that guy just hanging there out of his seat? And then I see him land in the field. I go, oh crap, he's got an engine out. So I circle, and then I realize it's Eric. And then I'm like, oh crap. So I head back to the field to land to go get the truck. And I had already gotten in the truck and heading out of there. And someone said, oh, he took off again. And I was like, oh, okay. So I parked the truck, and well, I just went back I didn't go back to flying. I went back to checking on the food, but which didn't shorten my flight really by much. But I mean, dude, I'd land out in a heartbeat for somebody. You know what I mean? That's just the type of person I am. And, you know, I seen he was fine. I just didn't know that looked like a long walk across the big field out in front of the LZ there. And he was on the other side of that field. I was like, all right.
Yeah,
well,
this fat guy was not walking. Trust me, I did everything to get that wing back in shape and get out of there. No, but what happened was the cable for the throttle cable has that little bullet at the end, and that actually slipped out of the carburetor piece. So I landed and put it back together, and then I actually laid my wing out on top of the wheat or whatever oat it was. And I went and laid my lines down, and I took off. And once the wing was up, I knew I had it. But let me tell you, I was high stepping through that thing, trying to get going. And somebody said the second that I leaned back, they could see all the vegetation just lay down as I got out of there. So, but yeah, that's all fixed.
Do you have a video of that? And are you editing a video for Bad Apples? What are you doing?
I got video. I don't have time to edit. I just give all the video to Jade.
So let me get this correct. I don't have any subscribers because I have no content, but yet I got all this content. And I refuse to put it up there. Is that
something like that?
You got his dialect down perfect, apparently.
Is that about spot on?
That is spot on.
Spot on.
Jeez, come on, Eric. You gotta at least get the whip out and start beating her to get your editing done and get her straightened out there.
I think what he's saying, if you don't start, Eric, you're not going to get there ever.
Yeah,
exactly. You can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket.
Yeah, kind of like that. Exactly.
If you get Jade to stop doing chicken glamour shots in the front yard, you know.
Hey,
And
Shane,
I know she has the little baby chicks now learned how to do fish lips.
Shane, you brought up something that it, I don't know if you guys felt the same way, but I love flying, of course, but I can fly at home, right? I mean, everyone can fly at home, but I found myself every time I'd launch, I'd go out and just kind of tool around and have fun. But I found myself wanting to get back to the LZ more than I did want to stay in the air. It's like, because all the fun was at the LZ, you know? And
I totally agree. Yes.
yeah, it's a solitary sport, even when you're flying with other people, for the most part, you know?
right.
And
I'm horrible at this. I will head in one direction and I will turn around and come right back. Like, and I'll say fine in the general area, but for whatever reason, I go out to where I'm going, say the quarry, which is only a 10-minute flight, and then I come back and I'm like, okay, I did my destination. Now what do I do? I guess I'll land. So that last flight that I had, Jason, Brian, and we headed almost to the river. Elroy was saying something about the river, so we headed to the river. We didn't make it quite to the river. We got distracted with Michelle. She was flying by us, and she went off one way. We kind of followed her, and then she broke off, and we went different ways. And next thing I know, I just did this gigantic, huge loop. Which, by the way, I didn't realize how big of a loop we did until I was driving home, and I was like, "Oh, I know this field. Oh, I know this intersection." I was like, "I flew over this yesterday." Well, I was like, "You realize how far you guys are from the LZ?" I was like, "Not until now." I was like, "Yeah, now I do." But yeah, I still made a big loop, and Jason's like, "Well, Shane's making a beeline for the LZ," and that's exactly where I went, landed. I don't know why. I don't know. I do the same thing at home. Compound. If we go to the beach, I don't mess around. I hit the beach. We fly for 10 minutes around the beach, and I come right back and land. While everyone else wanders off and keeps on flying. I have no idea why I do that. You're the same way, Will?
no, well, not really. I mean, I enjoy doing that. I mean, it's nice to have, you know, a specific place to go, an objective on a flight, you know, like a little cross country or something like that. But for the most part, I just tool around, you know, I try to find fields to carve or people to wave at or something interesting to see.
I tried to get up as high as I could. I only got up to 4,500 feet over at Bed Apples, and I got so cold, so I just sort of dangled down and looked at Bad Apples as I was, just coming down. The wind was so strong, I was pretty much just going straight down over everybody, which was really a cool angle.
Did you make it to the quarry, Sean?
I made it to the quarry both days, both Saturday and Sunday.
3 times I headed that direction, and 3 times I turned around and went back to the LZ. I'm sorry I did that too.
Why didn't you make it there? What happened?
I just wanted to get back.
Okay.
To the camp.
I'm the same exact way. I don't know why. I gotta be heading back. I mean, it makes no sense. I mean, I love to fly. I love to get down in the fields, and I love to climb high and do my ridiculous wingovers. And one of these days, I'll actually look good at doing them. But I don't know. I have a set goal, and I complete it, and I just go back and land every time. Now, Jason and Brian, both of them will come back with sucking fumes and still try to venture off somewhere else. I'm like, no. I took off with a full tank of fuel. I flew for an hour. I'm coming back. I set my goal, and I come back and do it every time.
My hands got so cold and they started to cramp that I couldn't even hold onto the brake. So that last day that I was coming in, that last time, I was trying to uncramp my fingers and I barely got them. Took a little bit of a wrap. I'm like, God, I hope I don't bust my butt. Came in, flared. I'm like, that's it. I'm not flying no more. And I was just watching the rest of the day.
Hey, Jim CR120 said, oh, go ahead, Will. Go ahead.
Wasn't
We're
me.
reading the same
No,
thing.
go ahead.
Oh, is it Eric? I'm sorry. So today was Jim CR120's highest flight at 4,100 feet. First time using big ears.
All right. At 4,100 feet?
So, Jim, when you did big ears, was it an eventful thing? Did you feel like you were falling? Did you feel out of control? I know that the chat's a little bit of a lag, but if you could tell us how you did on the big ears.
And at what altitude was the big ears? I see that you made it to 4,100 feet. When did you use the big ears? At what altitude?
Dude, I'll tell you what, when I went to that mile high, there was no way in the world I'd have reached up and done big ears, which is probably the most safest. I know. I already told you.
No, I mean, seriously, it's like, that's the best time to do all those crazy things.
Exactly. But I don't want to say I was freaked out, but I was uncomfortable at that height. And I say this in front of 19 people watching and you guys in this room. I was uncomfortable at that height, but I have no problems doing any of that stuff at 2,000 feet, which is a lot dangerous because, well, I just chewed up 3,000 feet of safety. But it's a fear. I don't want to say it's a fear of heights, but you're that dang high. You just I feel uncomfortable. He says,
I agree with you.
It was no big deal at all. Big ears was about that height. So 4,100 feet.
Okay. That's really cool.
Eric got his first big ears at Bad Apples.
Yeah, I
I
saw
did.
that. That was awesome.
I'm part of the Big Ear Club.
BigEarClub.com. Wait a minute.
Oh, here we go.
Hold on a second. That sounds so cool. BigEar.com. Let me see.
Hi, my name is Sean. Hi, Sean.
Actually, Sean, that wouldn't be a bad thing to do. You start a Facebook group at BigEars.com, and then everybody sends a picture of their big ears as they're flying.
Unfortunately, it's already been taken.
What?
Yep.
Dang, man. You got competition, Sean.
Yes, I do. You know what? It's really amazing. When you come up with a really good .com, 9 times out of 10, it's already taken, and it's the .com, the .net, the .org. They're gone. It's just unbelievable. You think that you have all these original ideas? No, other people already had them.
I can hear
Hey,
Sean.
you want to
now.
hear something?
I can hear Sean now at his .com AA meeting. I'm trying. I'm here, but I'm wasting time. I could be coming up with .coms, and I'm sitting here talking about my .com addiction.
It's been 30 days since I bought my last .com.
Actually, it's been less than 30 days since my last .com.
No coin for you, sir.
What was pretty funny is I'm sitting there and I was doing big ears, and I think Jay told me that she overheard somebody say, "Why is that guy doing big ears all over the field?" I was excited.
Guess what? PPGBigEars.com is available.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Eric, if Jade would have leaned over to that guy and go, "Shh, he can hear you."
Because he has big ears.
Because he has big ears.
Are you going to get that? Are you going to get that, Sean?
No, I am not.
You have to pick up a white chip. You know that, right?
No, I have to, wait at least 30 days before I pick up the next .com. So,
So Jim said that he held it for a while, weight shifted for turns, and then needed to pump the brakes slightly to reinflate tips. That is one thing I like to do when I'm doing big ears is weight shifting and steering with weight shift. It really gives you an understanding of your wing. For me, it's a learning process. You also find yourself in isolation and oscillation. So you just counter weight shift when the oscillation is going on to try to stop that. And it's really just a non-eventful thing. It's not like reaching up and grabbing all your A's and pulling one side down and even then it's not that bad. But it's way less. Mark
Mark.
Elroy says, I just say no. Mark, if you ever decide to try it, you will be like, why didn't I do this sooner? It's literally nothing. You don't feel any drop really.
But you got to make sure that you pull the right A. Don't pull the center A's. So you want to pull the most outer A's.
Correct.
If you have split A's. And if you don't and you pull the A's, you're doing a frontal. You're doing a collapse. So you might want to be at 4,100 feet or above.
Yeah. Well, the outer A's are the ones that are going to go to the wing tips, right? I mean,
correct.
Split A.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll start pulling down, and all of a sudden you'll just feel it give. It's just boop, and then you just hold it, and you're like, you look up, and you're like, huh, I'm still flying, but
50% of your wing is flapping in the wind.
Yeah, 25 on each side, and you're just flying along, and you look around, and you're like, nothing's really happening. You're not falling. Like, you don't feel like you're free falling, if you will. You don't even feel, when it first dips down, you kind of feel a little bit of a drop, but then it just levels out and you're just like, all right. And then when you let them back out, the time you let go of your A-lines and grab your brakes, it's already inflated and you're already flying.
Wait a minute. What do you mean, and grab your brakes? Are you not holding your brakes when you're doing this?
No.
You should be.
No.
You should
because
be.
Then I have to let go of my throttle.
You hold onto your brakes and your throttle, and then with your pinky finger and your ring finger, you take that and you pull it down. That way, you always have your brakes in your hand. You don't really want to do a maneuver like that without having your brake in your hand, because that's how you can pump it out in case you need to pump it out.
No, the time I let go and grab my brakes, which are right there, then, well, that's how I do it. It may not be the correct way. I don't do a lot of things right.
I got a question though. If you are pulling down on your outer A's and you have your brakes in your hand, you're now both pulling on your brakes too. Is that a problem?
You're not pulling on your brakes when you're pulling it. When you're flying, and you have your brakes in your hand. Okay, you put your brakes through your hand like that, and then you do your maneuvers. You pull your lines that you want to pull. And that way, if something happens, you have your brakes right away to pump it out and save a spin, a collapse, or something catastrophic, which will not be catastrophic if you're just doing big ears. But
right.
You should never let go of your brakes if you're doing a maneuver.
So what caused
Shane is a professional, so let him do.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I know nothing about nothing.
Just let him do his thing.
I do it. Apparently, I'm doing it wrong.
You guys were talking about oscillation. So is that from not equally pulling them down, not pulling the A's down equally?
It could be anything. It could be one wing falls before the other one. It could be you hit a gust. But really, if when I say oscillation, I mean you're just barely going back and forth. It just shows you what weight shifting can really do for flying. So
can we change that name? I don't like the word oscillation. I like the word micro mini wingovers.
Yes.
Micro mini wingovers. Yes. And it's not even wingovers, it's micro mini S turns.
Hey, Will, speaking of that, where can we find you on YouTube? How can we get to your social media?
youtube.com/willfly.
Don't you have a .com?
Or willflyppg.com.
.com.
Yep.
So Jim says if you've got your brakes in your hands and you pull your A-line, your A's, your outer A's, for big ears, you're not pulling down that far. I know during class, when I went to the SIB course, we were told to put their hands through the brakes and then do it. I may have just picked up a bad habit and may have to change that because it makes perfect sense to keep your brakes in your hands. But yeah, I may be doing it wrong. So
Well, I tried that the other day, and I was just feeling the pressure on those outer A's, and it seemed like there was a lot of freaking pressure
At first.
to pull it down. I mean, is that your experience or?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot of pressure there. But if you want to try big ears without being committed, just reach up, get that pressure, and then just give it a quick yank and then let it go. And that'll fold them in and let them back out. And then, when you're comfortable, ready to do it again, then hold it for just a little bit longer, half a second longer, and let them go. And then once you get confident enough and you realize that wing's not going nowhere, then pull them and hold them. And you'll see that it just keeps on flying.
Make sure you have plenty of altitude, because you do
Yes.
drop altitude. You don't feel it like in your stomach where, you think that if you lose altitude, you're going to, lose your stomach. You really don't. And because you don't lose your stomach and you do lose altitude, it's very easy to drop down, 100, 200 feet, 1,000 feet before you even know it. So be very, very careful when you do big ears, because that is the way to lose altitude quickly without losing your stomach.
Yes. And if you ever get cloud suck, I don't know. I don't know if big ears is going to help you.
No, you have to know. I've watched some cloud suck videos where they had to actually collapse their wing and they were still going up.
Oh, when that's that, I would go in panic mode. I'm telling you right now. I know me, and I know if I collapsed my wing and I was still going up, I would just go into panic mode. I wouldn't even know what to do.
No, you just pull your A's and or your B's, and you do your stall, and you just keep on stalling.
God, I see a cloud that looks like it's going up. I'm going away from it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Hey, I was doing some wing overs today, and
Micro.
No, they were decent. They were okay. But I mean, my motor went out. I lost my motor. No big deal. I just started right back up.
I've never lost my motor when I'm doing wing overs, just spiral downs. It always seems to pull. If I don't leave a little bit of pressure to keep the above idle, then it'll kill the motor every time doing spirals.
That may have been what it was, because when I finished that, I can't remember. I might have gone into a sharp right turn. That may be what it was. But that's the first time that's ever happened. But I've become a little bit more aggressive too. So.
Right. Well, I think for my progression in this sport, I'm really far behind. I've been flying for a year and a half. I'm just now getting my wing overs to where I'm above the horizon, where there's guys have been flying for 40 hours that have been doing this, and they're doing it confidently and correctly every time. Even in my video, I put it, I was doing it and then I got out of the rhythm, and then I just hit brakes to stop everything. And then I put in there that, well, that wasn't right. I know it wasn't right. I knew as soon as I was coming back into it, I was like, oh, you pulled too early or you pulled too late, whatever I did. I was just like, okay, so reset. I only do a couple every time, and then I reset and do it again. It's just my thing that I'm slowly progressing into. Eventually I'll get where I'm doing 8 or 9 wing overs in a row. Right now I'm good with 3 or 4, and then I'm done. That's just where I'm at. I'm not looking to do anything crazy in this sport. If I only ever do big ears, wing overs, and spirals, then I'm good with that, because that's where I'm at right now. If somewhere later down the road it turns into something else, then we'll go from there. But right now, perfectly fine. We're where I'm at. Slow and steady. Hopefully I'll win the race.
But that's your progress, and
Right.
Peer pressure shouldn't have anything to do with it. I mean, I was talking to Jade about it, and I told Jade about the big ears, and she was asking questions, what lines you pull, and I showed her. And if she chooses to never do it, it's no big deal.
Right.
And I don't want her to be pushed or forced into doing. Well, I don't want her to be pushed or forced to doing big ears.
Joe Nesker in the
I
chat
think you guys
said,
are laughing at me.
No,
No, we're
not
laughing with you.
Yeah.
He said that the pulling of the big ears feels kind of like pulling the like a compound bow. You kind of feel that pull, and then it's down. So once it's down, you know it's not you don't have all that tension. But as soon as you start letting it go back up, you feel the tension again. So yeah, Sean, that was a really good analogy. Definitely.
Thank you.
I can see Jim CR120. He's back on my joke strike here. He says, Shane, it's your jokes that are holding you back. Stop telling jokes for a year and watch how much you progress. In what exactly? My flying or my being entertainish? Notice I didn't say entertaining or entertaining.
Yeah,
It is entertaining.
Uh-oh, DP says laugh out loud. There it is. I don't know if that's in reference to.
I know, because there's such a lag. And you know too, the more stuff you do with your wing, and you have more G's on it, the more you're stretching out your lines. And the more acro you do, the sooner you're going to have to replace your lines. So, you know, it's just one of those things. It's like if you do acro, do it at SIV. And then once you know how to do it, don't do it with the motor, because you're going to stretch out your lines a little bit more. And it costs about $700 to replace all the lines.
Well, how else would you do it though? I mean, you free flight, I guess, but I mean, you'd have the motor on you when you're doing it, right?
Well, when you're doing an SIV, it's free fly. You know,
Oh.
you're just in a free flight harness. So, you know, you're not really stretching out. Even though you're pulling a lot of G's, you're not pulling it with, you know, that extra 50 or 70 pounds that you have on your back with, you know, motor and gas and all that.
Well, that's why I decided to get my wing. Go ahead and get it inspected after a year and a half. I was told when I bought the wing that I wouldn't have to have it done for 2 years. But a lot of pilots in their first year and a half don't have 100 and almost 30 hours of flight time. And I've got 130. I've got one SIV course done with that wing, plus all the stuff that I've been doing with it in the last, 4 months or so. So I just went ahead and said, screw it, dropped my wing off, and here we are. Shane's sitting at home and don't know what to do with himself. I mowed the yard. That was not fun.
No, you should hire somebody to do that. My first year, I had almost 400 hours on my first wing and 2 SIV courses. And when I sent it in, they said it's failed. They failed everything. I mean, the lines were stretched, everything was all, but it was only 2019, and I sent it in 2020 and it failed. So that's something that you guys need to also remember too. If you do buy a used wing, it's very possible it's a 29, you know, it's just a year old, but it could completely fail because of what you've done on that wing. If you do lots of acro, if it's been in the water catching fish, it really stretches out the material. It stretches out your lines, and the porosity goes away. And basically, you could really kill a wing in 1 year. And then you buy this wing for, you know, $2,000 or $3,000. You think, oh, it's only a year old, and the darn thing is just destroyed, and you don't even realize it until you send it in, and they say, this is like completely useless. So be very, very careful buying used gear. Just saying.
So it failed the porosity test and the lines.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't fail the porosity test, but it failed the lines. The lines failed. Each line is supposed to hold like, you know, almost 800 pounds. It snapped at 200 and something.
Wow.
So be very careful, guys, when you decide that you want to go cheap and buy a used wing. I got a used wing that I bought off one of my students because he got it for a really good deal, but it's so old, and I mean, it's not even kiteable. So I'm just going to cut the lines and use the risers as a training, you know, training thing for the students, because it's not even worth kiting. It's just a piece of crap wing that somebody got. I mean, you got to be really, really careful. You know, you think that you're getting a good deal on eBay or or someplace on the internet, but it's not a good deal, and you might be getting ripped off.
Yeah, let's not forget that DP is going to class Saturday. Start
DP,
training.
I know, that's so awesome. I can't wait to see some videos, man.
It's going to be. I'm actually going to go over Saturday morning and give him my GoPro, and if he's able to get some footage, great. If he's not, then well.
You
Don't
need to
leave
make
with
sure
my GoPro.
you need to make sure that he has a good harness or something, because you don't want him to say, "Hey, you know, I thank you for the GoPro, but it's in a lake right now. I don't know where it is."
No, yeah,
He needs another joke.
yeah, no, he don't need a joke. He needs to make sure my GoPro stays right with him at all times.
Okay, I got. Here's the extent of my jokes. What did the one stick of butter say to the other stick of butter?
I don't know.
My butter from another udder.
And you just killed Sean.
That was actually pretty good.
That was so funny. Only because I love butter. Oh my goodness. That's just like my famous one that I always say, you know, what did the potato chip say to the battery? Oh, come on, you guys know this one. What did the potato chip say to the battery?
I don't know.
I'm free to lay if you're ever ready.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Way too much fun.
It's okay to laugh, Shane. That was fun.
What does a bag of chips and a woman's bra have in common?
Oh my God.
Once you open them up, you realize they're half full.
Oh.
Will's like, I haven't opened a bra up in what?
What?
Never mind.
What's a bra?
I don't date girls with bras. John Wayne. Hey, Bill H., let's get some old guys and start our own geriatric stunt flying team. Oh, goodness gracious.
We got John Wayne. He's going to attempt to run.
Attempttorun.com.
Oh, he almost dropped his walker and it almost went into the prop. On takeoff.com. Oh man, good Lord, we got 9 minutes, guys. Anything we want to talk about real quick before?
Yeah, Jim from Canada at careppg.com. How many subscribers did you start off with, and what do you have right now?
I believe his last comment that I read, he said he almost doubled what he had started the show. Woo-hoo. I think he's at 14.
Last time I looked, it was over 20 or at 20. So
I'm just saying.
What did he start with?
Hey, that was from last night. I thought he had 9, right?
I don't know if it was. No, it wasn't last night. It was now, wasn't it? I mean, at the beginning of this show.
Didn't we go to the site last night?
So he put his last comment was 14 subscribers, almost doubled what I had.
That's how it starts, man.
I don't know, Jim. Let us know in your super chat. No, I mean, I'm sorry. It's just a regular chat.
So when you guys started your YouTube channel, who was your very first subscriber? Do you remember?
Me from my other channel.
That's almost as sad as mine. Mine was Krista. She's like, I gotta have a YouTube channel, so I set her up, and I'm like, now you gotta subscribe to me. She's like, subscribe back. I'm like, you have no content.
Did she hit the bell?
Yeah, actually, I think she did. Or I think I did on her channel for her to help her out. I don't think she's ever watched one of my videos.
DP said something about he has 17 subscribers now, and you can go there by going to ppgfootlaunch.com because he only has 1 foot to launch and he has 17 subscribers. How many minutes do we have left? 7 minutes? Let's see.
We got 7 minutes.
7
And
minutes.
10 away from my 100 goal right now. I'm at 90.
Wow.
Woo!
So we
Actually-
need to go to PPG Foot Launch and paramotorgirl.com. Subscribe if you haven't, and let's go ahead and get these. Let's get some subscribers, and don't forget to hit that bell notification. This is really cool. This is so fun.
Yeah, man. I think there's an advantage to having 100 subscribers. I can't remember where.
Yeah, you can get your own vanity URL.
What is that?
That means that you can go to youtube.com/whatever you want
Oh,
at 100.
Okay, guys, I only have 50. I need more.
okay. I'll finally subscribe to you, Eric.
Oh my
What?
God.
You haven't? Oh
That
my
is so
God.
rude.
Man, tough crowd.
It's like I maybe will go there. DP, how many subscribers do you have?
20.
20? I don't know. I just went there and I see 22.
Oh, you got 2 more then.
Hey, we got Daddy Dutch Barbecue. I'm actually meeting up with him Sunday. So I'll be driving a crap ton this weekend. I got to drive over to Wauchula. I don't have to. I want to fly over or drive over to, I actually would like to fly over, but I'm driving over to Wauchula to meet up with DP. And on Sunday, driving over to Claremont to hang out with Daddy Dutch and his family. He came to my house last year. We had a great time, and we're going to do it again this time over at his Airbnb, I think it is, or whatever. But yeah, he's got a great family, and just again, I mean, you meet up with people on YouTube, you talk to them, you actually get to meet up with them, and you find out that, you know, they're really nice people, and couldn't be happier with that guy, just so you know. But the same thing with you guys. Meeting a lot of you for the first time at Bad Apples was absolutely just made the trip worth absolute wild. I've already met Will, already met Paramotor NC, met Sean. Who else did I meet? I have already met when I got there, but I met not a lot of new people. Eric and Jade, Dave Aller, met him for the first time. Oh my God, Nick, JR Paramotors. Who else did I meet? Good Lord, there was a lot of people there.
With Kent?
Well, Kent Stamey.
Well, I met Kent Stamey at.
I met him for the first time there. He's a big guy.
Yeah, I keep saying Wauchula, but I know DP. It's at Lake Wales. I keep saying Wauchula. I'll probably drive to Wauchula, say hi to Rick Davies, and then turn around and go to Lake Wales.
He said he was going to go to Wauchula if you were going to go to Lake Wales because he didn't want you to hook up with his wife.
I'm not hooking up with nobody.
That's what you already forgot about it, didn't you?
Yeah. Daddy Dutch says meeting up with him was the best thing happened to him since Krista.
That is true. Krista's sweetie.
Bill H., you got to meet Kent. Kent's a gigantic of a man. Kind of like Daddy Dutch. Daddy Dutch is about this. Actually, I think he's probably taller than Kent, but just as wide. Kent's a big boy.
Talking about how tall people are, when I met up with Ripman Ryden, when you see him on the screen, he's always, down low like this, and you think of him, well, okay, he's a small guy, right? You go up to him and it's like, hey Ripman, how you doing? Hello, Sean, nice to meet you. It's like, wow, this guy's huge. Also met up with Paramotor Crazy.
Dave Wolf.
Yep, Dave Wolf. Was expecting a different height, but hey, it was cool meeting up with him.
Yeah, he's all over the place whenever you see him at fly-ins. Every time I've ever seen him, he's always on the go. I actually got to, he came over and asked me for some help. I went over and helped him out as best I could with his new trailer. And he's got a really nice trailer, by the way. I think he had the worst breaker on the power pole, because anytime you turn on a light in the air conditioner, it'd pop.
Oh,
I'm
no.
like, dude, it's not your camper. It's the power pole.
After he dunked into the water, I was able to help, just yank his motor until it started. So that was pretty cool.
I'm glad you specified motor.
His motor. I yanked his motor.
Yeah. Well, then.
It was crazy. It was paramotor crazy there. He's a cool cat. I like him.
So after his water got wet,
his water got wet.
after his motor got wet, you saying that his motor wouldn't start? It was kind of floundering.
He earned his nickname for sure, definitely.
Yeah.
But it'd be really cool too. Eventually, I mean, one of these days, aren't we going to be a bad apple, or are we too good to be a bad apple?
No, we're not good enough. I think. I know I'm not. I'll never be one. But I did hear there's going to possibly now. Oh crap! I forgot to tell you. Before we go, I have a special guest for next Tuesday.
I heard.
I can't. Trust me. Next Tuesday, come back. Watch this, because we are going to learn a lot. We are going to talk about what not to do. So I want everybody to understand that next Tuesday we're going to talk some serious stuff about do's and don'ts while flying, and when and when not to fly.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Next Tuesday, where do we get to this channel? How do we get you?
You can go to ppgshane.com or Never Trust a Skinny Chef Shane on YouTube. It'll all get you back to the same place. And I'm telling you right now, next Tuesday is going to be amazing. I can't wait. I'm super excited with our guest. And this guest doesn't even have a YouTube channel.
Oh, so it's not me? I'm not the guest? Damn it.
No.
Oh, it's Eric.
It's Eric has.
Eric has one. It's just not used very much.
I just don't have. I don't have subscribers.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So you realize, like, I've been on this show. I've been waiting for you to drop the secret that you said you were going to reveal on tonight's show.
I'm having a special guest on Tuesday next week.
But I knew that last night, man.
Huh?
I knew that last night.
Well, I'm telling everybody tonight.
You said you were, yeah, a special announcement.
Yes. My special announcement is I have a special guest on a special Tuesday night.
Wow. Some people are not liking this. They're giving you some thumbs down.
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's all right. It's all content. It's all good.
Well.
Oh, yeah. So Calvin says, man, you guys are the best. Thanks for all the new subs. Calvin, put some good content out there so we can all comment, thumbs up your videos, okay? That's all I can say.
Well, whatever you
Calvin,
did, the thumbs up, the thumbs down, they went away. So I think they like you.
Calvin, can you subscribe to my YouTube channel, please?
How do you get to your YouTube channel?
ppglear.com.
Like Lee, Leeerr.
Lear, ppglear.com.
So DP is not going to watch next Tuesday, because I guarantee you, after him running from Saturday to Tuesday, the sun can't go down fast enough because you're going to be exhausted. You are going to be wore out from just nonstop running. It's going to be ridiculous. But
Walter said, "Tell us, or we're not watching."
Walter, you just have to watch it the day before the show.
You got to watch it.
In Australia.
You got to watch it upside down.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Anytime Walter watches a plane crash, a paramotor crash, he's like, "How did they hit the ceiling so hard like that?"
Oh my gosh.
All right, guys, we're gonna kick it out of here. Thank you all for watching. Jade, how can we find you real quick?
Paramotorgirl.com and Flying Flamingo Jade.
Eric.
ppglear.com and good luck DP this weekend.
Yes. Will.
Willflyppg.com and shout out to Resurgence PPG.
Yes. Oh crap, I forgot. Can you add the oh my God, I forgot. I'm horrible. Nick's GoFundMe. I totally forgot about that.
Oh yes, definitely.
Oh, dude, I'm horrified right now. I can't believe I forgot that. Sean, how can we find you?
Oh, you can find me at 123ppg. You can find me at arkansasparamotor.com. You can
This
find
is gonna
me.
take a while.
Okay. You can find me at iloveppg.com. Ketodocumentary.com. You can even find me at mandelaeffectproject.com. Soon you're going to find me at nudeandscared.com. paramotorarkansas.com, paramotorcalendar.com, paramotorco.com, paramotorcollege.com, paramotordocumentary.com, which will be really cool. Paramotor, well, there's a bunch of them, but that's about it.
Hey, Sean, can we get your main .com?
ppggrandpa.com, seansimons.com, seansimons.org.
Oh my God. 18 minutes later. You can find me at .com. Or
Sean, can I go to PPG school someday and you can teach me some of that?
Yeah, you can go to paramotorcollege.com and we will show you how to buy your .coms.
All right.
All right, and I am ppgshane.com or Never Trust a Skinny Chef Shane on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. I apologize to the LaBeouf family for forgetting to mention that tonight. I totally forgot. Sorry.
Is it in the chat? Did you put it in the chat?
I did not.
If somebody can put it in the chat real quick.
For those who don't know, Nick had an accident at Bad Apples, broke his hip, and does not have health insurance and has a very, very high hospital bill, and they need help. So if you can help out, if you can't send money to the GoFundMe, if you can at least share their GoFundMe to somebody that may be able to help, that would be great. I'm lost for words of how I forgot that. I can't believe I forgot that.
Oh, if you go to ppgzone.com, Josh, the guy that, the senior network engineer, has actually made it to where it pops up on the very bottom for the GoFundMe. It says help Nick with his speedy recovery. So just click it. Just go to ppgzone.com, anywhere on ppgzone.com. Just log in and it'll pop up. So we got that taken care of.
Where is that at?
If you go to ppgzone.com.
Oh, okay, yeah. ppgzone.com. Got it.
And ppgjosh.com. He's our senior network engineer that works on this. So he made it where any page that you go to, at the very bottom, it'll pop up and it'll show the GoFundMe. So thank you, Josh. We appreciate you for doing that. Definitely. And definitely run over to ppgzone.com and make your profile if you have not done so already.
It's also in the comments now.
Yep.
Thank you, guys. I'm going to stop the stream here. If you guys would like to stay back here for just a few minutes, we can discuss some things.
Ooh, private things. I like that.
Yes, private things. All right, guys. The rest of you, thank you guys for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Next Tuesday, special guest. Don't miss it. It's a special Tuesday. All right. See you guys later.
See you guys.
Peace.